In this video, I'm going to show you how you can download more performance for free. I know it sounds stupid, but it's actually true. Let's get right into it. Nvidia recently announced that they are dropping a brand new game-ready driver for all RTX 3000 series GPUs, along with improvement in several popular games. And I wanted to make this video, guys, to show you what you can expect with this new driver, because Nvidia claims up to 20% better performance in some popular games. And I mean, who doesn't want to download better performance for free, right? But yeah, there is actually an even better reason why I'm making this video, because in order to take advantage of this new performance boost, you need to activate something called Resizeble BAR or Resizable BAR. And I do know for a fact that a lot of you guys still don't know what this feature is and how you activate it. So don't worry about it. I will show you guys exactly how you go about and activate this feature right after we look at the results. Let's dive into the test results. And for this benchmark, I'm using a Ryzen 5 3600, 32 gigs of RAM clocked at 3000 CL16, as well as an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 GPU. And so in other words, a pretty good, pretty modest gaming PC, nothing extreme at all. As we can see here, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example, we can see an improvement up to 24% in 1080p, and Battlefield 2042 up to 7% in 1080p. We got Control here, for example, at 4K resolution, 6% improvement. Cyberpunk 2077, for example, up to 20% again in 1080p. We got F1 2022, 17% at 4K. So yeah, and if we take a look at this image here, so taking a look at this image here, we see that they have tested 4 different GPUs, and so as we can see, different GPUs are seeing different gains with this driver, and the improvement does seem to fluctuate quite a lot depending on what game you're actually running. It does seem that Nvidia hasn't been testing the RTX 3060. They have actually tested the Ti model, but not the base model. And I think it will be interesting to see how much performance you can gain with an affordable gaming PC like the one we are about to run the tests on. So I decided to run a handful of tests in 4 different games. We got Assassin's Creed, Cyberpunk, Farcry 6, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn. So Nvidia claims that you can expect up to 24% better performance in 1080p in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So let's jump right into the game and see what we can expect. So running the game at 1080p ultra high settings results in about 69 FPS with the old driver. And once we upgrade to the new driver and we activate Resizable BAR, we get 81 FPS. So that's a pretty nice FPS boost, not gonna lie, right? I also decided to run the game at 1440p using the same ultra high settings. With the old driver, we got 51 FPS on average, and upgrading to this new driver, we got 60 FPS. So once again, we see a 9 FPS boost at this resolution. Percentage wise, not as huge of a jump as we saw in 1080p, but still a nice FPS boost. Jumping over to Cyberpunk 2077, here we're going 1080p at ultra settings, and before we saw 60 FPS, and with this new driver we're seeing 64 FPS. So yeah, not a huge jump, but yeah, once again a nice FPS boost. I also decided to test ray tracing at 1080p with DLSS at the quality, and here we also saw a nice boost from 47 FPS before, and now we are seeing 52 FPS. In Far Cry 6, Nvidia claims up to 5% better performance at 1440p. Running the built-in benchmark, we saw 61 FPS before, and now we are seeing 61 FPS. So unfortunately, same FPS in this title. However, when I ran the game at 1080p with ray tracing, and before we got 55 FPS with the old driver, with this new driver we got 59 FPS. So yeah, a small little boost there as well. Lastly, I also decided to run Horizon Zero Dawn. Jumping back to Nvidia's website, they claim up to 8% better performance at 4K resolution. And the result from this game is pretty interesting. I decided to run all tests in ultra settings at 1080p, 1440p, as well as 4K resolution. Starting with 1080p at ultimate settings, we got about 76 FPS before, and after we got 92. At 1440p we got 63 FPS before, and after the update we got 70 FPS. And lastly, at 4K resolution we actually didn't gain much. We got from 35 FPS up to 36, so basically pretty much the same. Now these were just a handful of games I decided to run some tests on, and I guess you can assume that you're gonna see some benefits in other games as well, right? So now you might be wondering, how do you take advantage of this FPS boost? So first and foremost, you need to download this driver, and you'll find a link to it down in the video description. Secondly, you're gonna wanna activate something called Resizeble BAR or Resizable BAR. Basically, Resizable BAR utilizes an advanced feature of PCIe Express to increase performance in certain games. Now, as of making the video, only a handful of games are supported by Nvidia. However, if you are a bit tech savvy, you can manually activate the feature in all games by using something called Nvidia Inspector. Now, that being said, there are a few requirements you need to meet in order to activate the feature. So you're gonna need a GeForce RTX 30 series graphics card, as well as a compatible CPU and motherboard. You also may require a Resizable BAR BIOS update, but there is an easy way to check if the feature is activated or not. You activate Resizable BAR inside your motherboard BIOS. Now, most motherboard vendors actually have this setting visible if you toggle the Easy Settings menu. Now, in case you cannot seem to find where to find this, you can always Google your exact motherboard name and how to activate Resizable BAR. Now, once activated, you can actually verify that Resizable BAR is working on your system by opening up Nvidia's control panel. On the bottom left of the control panel, simply click System Information, and in the new window look for Resizable BAR on the right. And if it says yes, you are good to go. If it says no, you need to ensure that Resizable BAR is activated in your motherboard BIOS. Now this is just one way of unlocking more performance for free. I actually made a video just a few days ago how you can unlock even more performance in Windows 11. You find that video linked up down below.